welcome to another episode of Kai Time. I am your host, Martha Sere. Now, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so we've got a great lineup for you tonight. So let's check out what's coming up on Kai Time tonight. Tonight on Kai Time, we'll take a look at our food feature for this week. We will also be checking out another great recipe from our friends at House Kai. Plus, on our Kai Time cooking segment, and as always, we've got another very simple and delicious meal that we will be cooking. Alright, so let's get started. Now for our recipe tonight on Kai Time, we've got a very simple and very delicious recipe that we will be making. Now, our dish is called eggplants in garlic sauce. So, there are a couple of ingredients that we have that I will be introducing to you a little bit later on. Now, for the eggplants, the idea for this dish is to retain the purple color of the eggplants when they are cooked. So there's a trick to it, and I'm going to be showing you very quickly this trick. So I've got some eggplants here. Now we're going to cut these eggplants into quarters, soak in some salt water for about 20 minutes. We'll drain the water, squeeze out the excess moisture in the eggplants, coat it with some cornstarch, and we'll quickly fry them off. So now I'm going to quickly cut these into quarters for these eggplants. So what you want is a straight line down the center, and in the middle. So you got 4 nice pieces of the eggplant, and this will go straight into the bowl. Now, eggplants are very cheap and you can find them at the market, and they've got lots of benefits, and we'll find out more about eggplants in our food feature for this week. Alright, so down the middle and in the center, and we'll do the same for the rest. Okay. Alright, so we've cut up the eggplants, and we're going to be taking this to the sink, and we're going to let this soak in some salt water for about 20 minutes. Now I've got about 2 tablespoons of salt here. So we're going to add this to the eggplants. We'll soak this. Now I'm going to use a plate to submerge the eggplants. So just like this. Like that. So we'll leave that for about 20 minutes to soak. So we'll check on this. So it's been about 20 minutes. Right. Now we'll drain this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze out the excess moisture. And then we'll coat this with some cornstarch. Now that we've drained out the water and squeezed out the excess moisture, I've got some cornstarch here. I'm going to lightly coat the eggplants, and then we'll get started with frying them. Okay, so this is about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we'll just lightly coat the eggplants. So bearing in mind that we still need to retain the purple color of the eggplants. So all of these steps are crucial in ensuring that the purple color still remains once the eggplants are cooked. Alright, so this step is done. We're going to head back to the cooking station and get started with frying off the eggplants. Our food feature for this week is the eggplant. The history of eggplants in PNG is closely tied to both indigenous agriculture and outside influences. While wild relatives of eggplants exist in the Pacific region, the cultivated varieties most common today were likely introduced through early trade networks and later by European and Asian traders. Before their widespread cultivation, Papua New Guineans relied heavily on native vegetables such as taro leaves, ibica, which is commonly known as slippery cabbage, and ferns. Eggplants became a welcome tradition due to their versatility, resilience in tropical climates, and ability to grow year-round. Over time, local farmers began incorporating eggplants into their traditional gardening systems, often intercropping them with root crops and other vegetables. In coastal and island regions, the introduction of eggplants may have come via Southeast Asia traders long before European colonization. When Europeans arrived in the late 19th century, they further encouraged the cultivation of introduced vegetables, including eggplant, for both subsistence and trade. Today, eggplants are grown across PNG, from lowland gardens to highland plots, and are sold in local markets and as an everyday staple. PNG's markets feature both local and imported eggplant varieties. Common types include long, slender purple eggplants, small round green or purple varieties, and occasionally white eggplants. They are available fresh year-round in markets and roadside stalls, with some farmers growing them for both domestic sale and small-scale export. Eggplants are low in calories and high in fiber, making them a healthy addition to meals. They are rich in antioxidants and contain vitamins C, K, and B6, as well as potassium and manganese. Regular consumption of eggplants can support heart health, improve digestion, and maintain healthy blood sugar levels. Eggplants, also known as aubergines, are versatile vegetables that can be used in a variety of dishes. Here are some popular cooking uses for eggplants. 1. Grilling. Slice eggplants and brush them with olive oil, then grill until tender. They can be served as a side dish or added to salads. 2. Roasting. Roasting brings out the natural sweetness of eggplants. Cut them into cubes or slices, season and roast in the oven. 3. Stir-frying. Eggplants absorb flavors well, making them great for stir-fries. Combine with other vegetables and proteins for a delicious meal. 4. Baking. Use eggplants in casseroles or baked dishes, such as the classic Italian dish, eggplant parmesan. 5. Stuffing. Half eggplants and scoop out the flesh. Stuff the shells with a mixture of grains, vegetables, and spices, then bake. 6. Soups and stews. Add diced eggplants to soups and stews to enhance flavor and texture. They work well in Mediterranean and Asian recipes. 7. Curries. Eggplants are commonly used in various curries, absorbing the spice and flavors beautifully. 8. Pasta dishes. Incorporate cooked eggplants in pasta dishes, either as a main ingredient or as a topping. 9. Pickling. Small eggplants can be pickled for a tangy addition to salads and sandwiches. Here are some tips for cooking with eggplants. Salting. Salting eggplants before cooking can help reduce bitterness and moisture. Pairing. Eggplants pair well with flavors like garlic, tomatoes, olive oil, and spices like cumin and paprika. Experiment with these methods to discover your favorite ways to enjoy eggplants. And that was our food feature for this week. Now we'll take a short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we've got more for you on Kai Time.
Hi everyone, Leo here from Kai Time, and today we'll be making a creamy classic from our brothers and sisters across the Pacific, palusami. Palusami is a traditional dish from the Pacific Islands, also surprisingly PNG. For this dish, you're gonna need onions, tomato, coconut milk, ginger, garlic, beef, lemons, taro leaves, spring onions, a pinch of zesty, and a touch of curry powder. It's going to be creamy, baked, and seasoned with our house kai kakaruk stock cube. Now, ang time to cook the house kai. Now, let's cut our ingredients. Let's cut our onions and dice them up. Garlic. Fun facts about garlics, they can boost the immune system. Ginger. You know that ginger is good for your breath. Just don't take too much. You might, knock out your crush. Tomatoes are a great source of water. Beef. Okay, the next step, we're going to make our coconut mixture. We're going to squeeze our 2 limes. Then we'll add our Star of India curry powder, a pinch of zesty. To bring it all together, we're going to add our house Kai Kakaruk stock cube. Now get your taro leaves. Make sure they're big ones. We just didn't have big ones, so we went with the small ones. We'll wrap everything together. Now let's wrap things up. Aha. What you will need is 3 to 5 taro leaves. Make sure they're big ones. Since we don't have any banana leaves, we're going to use foil to hold our taro leaves. Make sure you make a bowl out of your hand to hold the foil. Now let's put our beef in. Add our tomatoes, add our onion, and then our ginger and garlic. We're gonna put in our coconut mixture. As long as you have a lot, should be enough. Then wrap it up. Now let's work on our next form. Okay guys, the palusami has been cooking for an hour and it's time to plate it up. Oh, this looks amazing. Okay guys, this is how you make palusami with 2 essential ingredients, house Kai Kakaruk stock cube and love.
Welcome back to Kai Time. Now once again for our recipe we're going to be cooking some eggplants in a garlic sauce. So a quick run through of the ingredients that we have here in front of us. So in this bowl we've got some eggplants that have been coated with some cornstarch. Now you've already seen the process earlier. So we're going to be frying this off shortly. This is optional. You can use pork mince or beef mince. For us, we've got the mince of 1 chicken breast. Here we've got half an onion, which we've diced up. We've got some red chili, fresh red chili. This is optional. You can leave it out, but it entirely depends on your spice tolerance. Over here we have some spring onions, some salt and pepper to taste. Now we've got about 8 cloves of garlic, which we've minced up. 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 2/3 of chicken stock. Okay, so let's get started with frying. So I've got some oil in the skillet. Now we're going to fry these eggplants off first. So the cornstarch also helps the eggplants like not to absorb oil. So that's why we've coated this with some cornstarch. Now our oil is hot, so we're adding in the eggplants into the skillet. So we'll just fry it off for about a minute. So 30 seconds on each side just to give it a nice golden color. So skin side down first. So 30 seconds on each side. So we'll do this in batches and trying not to overcrowd the pan. All right, so we'll turn this over for another 30 seconds on the other side. So I've got a plate here and I've just laid down some paper towels. So once the eggplants are cooked, we'll transfer them over to the plate and cook the rest of the eggplants. All right, so we'll remove the eggplants. So that's 30 seconds on this side. So that's about a minute now. So the idea for this recipe is to retain the purple color of the eggplants. All right, so first batch is done. I will cook the second batch. So we're just lightly frying this off, but then we'll add this to the sauces and our chicken a little bit later on to finish off cooking. Nice purple color. All right, so we'll just turn this over to the other side. So this is the only part that takes a little bit longer and it's quite tricky, but the rest of the cooking is going to be done under 10 minutes. So it does not take a long time for this recipe. So we'll just give this another 30 seconds to cook on one side and then we'll remove this and then fry off the rest. And the next lot goes in and we'll do the same for the rest. All right, so we'll turn the heat off when we're done frying the eggplants. So this is the last lot. All right, so we're done frying off the eggplants. We'll drain the oil, return the skillet and get started with finishing off with the rest of this recipe. All right, now for the fun part. So I've returned the skillet back to the stove and we've got about a tablespoon of cooking oil in there. And now what we're going to do is quickly fry off the chicken mince. Now this whole recipe or the dish that we're making for the cooking part should take about 10 minutes after the eggplants are cooked. So our skillet is on, in goes the chicken mince. So we're frying this off. Now you can substitute, you can use pork mince or beef mince, your individual preferences. So this is just to add, and it's also optional. So this is just to add a little bit of just some protein in the meal. But this can also pass as a vegetarian or a vegan meal, omitting the oyster sauce as well. So, all right, so to this we're going to add in the onions. Our garlic. We'll keep stirring. Followed by the ginger. And the chili. So this is red chili. So it's just optional. Plus gives it some color. And now we're going to quickly make our sauce. So just make it in this bowl. So I've got our tablespoon of oyster sauce, and now we're adding in 1 tablespoon of our dark sauce. Our light sauce goes in, and a bit of this chicken stock, and we'll save the rest for a little bit later on. So we'll stir this. Now our sauce goes in here. We'll add in the rest of our chicken stock. Alright, so we're going to make a quick cornstarch slurry. So I've got 1 tablespoon of cornstarch here, and to this we need about 3 tablespoons of water. So 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just mix this through. And this is our slurry to add to the sauce, just to thicken it up. Okay. Alright, to this we'll add our eggplants back into the skillet. And we'll stir all of these together. Now to this we're going to add in half a cup of chicken stock. And we'll add in the cornstarch slurry just to thicken this up, like so. And our spring onions, just over the top, like so. And our salt and pepper. And stir all of this together. And let it cook for a couple of seconds before we turn the heat off, and we're ready to start plating. So it's nice and saucy, and all the flavors are nicely combined, and you can still see the purple color from the eggplants, and that's what we want. And that's all the cooking that needs to be done. This dish is ready. Now it's time to plate. And there you have it, viewers, our eggplant in garlic sauce served with some rice. Now I hope that you have been taking notes and you're looking forward to trying this recipe at home. And that is all we have for you on Kite Time. Now a quick recap on what we covered so far in the show. We took a look at our food feature for this week. We also checked out another recipe from our friends at House Sky. Plus, on our Kite Time cooking segment, and as always, we brought to you another very simple and affordable dish. It was an eggplant in garlic sauce served with some rice. Now, I hope that you have taken notes of the recipes that we showed you tonight, and you're looking forward to trying them at home. I'm Martha Sere. I'll see you same time next week right here on your #1 to watch, EMTV.